In this video, we'll cover how Textile Mode works here on your admin view. So I've opened the job we've been using throughout these videos, and I'll start by showing you how the inventory looks. So it's going to be pretty similar to what you typically do with hard contents. As you can see, these are the items that we've inventoried. The main difference is with bulk items. So in this case, you have the different loads that we've done, and the item has been added as wash, dry, fold, and the picture is just the pictures you took, but the quantity is the weight of that item. Single mode or specialty items are really just like any other inventory item on Contents Pal. You have the picture, you have all the information in the text on the brand and so on, the pricing. And the main difference is the Upcharges tab. So for the specialty items, you have this tab with Upcharges. You would have the wool, the fabric that it detected, the weight, the construction, and so on. And this informs the exact limit code that it picks. So as you're reviewing the items, if you want to change this, you can do that, and that will update it here. But that's the main difference with the regular items. You can then always select a different exact limit code as well if you want. So here, if you see that the one it picked is not the right one, you can select a different one from the dropdown, or you can search for the code if you already know it. So that's how you review the inventory. Like always, if you see this little symbol here, it means that it's part of a multi-item group. So in this case, I took a picture of 2 items in multi-mode. So you can see this is the one it detected for that line item, but it crops it for you so that it looks nicer on the final report. And if you want to see all the items from that group, you just click on that like you would otherwise. And then this little thing means that its potential duplicate has been found. I'll go ahead and remove the filter. So if you click on this, it will show you the potential duplicates. And in this case, it's actually true. It's a duplicate because I took 2 pictures of the same sweater. So if I wanted to, I could select all the items and merge them into a single line item. I'm not going to do that now, but you could definitely do it. So that's how you do the inventory. It's pretty similar to regular, Contents Pal, but the main difference is the wash, dry, fold and the Upcharges tab in these items. So that's how you do the inventory. For custody, on the custody tab, if you click on it, you will see that it has some different items that you wouldn't normally have with Contents Pal. So those are mainly the single textile type of label gets created when you add a single textile item. If you use a QR code, like in this case, where we scan the QR code, it will be associated with that QR code. If you don't add a QR code to that single item that you added, it will still generate it here so that you can keep track of it. So in this case, you can see what the item is associated with it, but you don't have to do anything with it. The main difference between this and tagged items, as you know, is that for tagged items and for boxes, you need to add a QR code. For single or bulk, when you're doing the inventory, you don't have to add a QR code. You only have to add a QR code when you pack it back. And that's when you create the box and the garment bags. So in this case, you can see the box is associated, and the box that we added for the bulk items and the textile bag that we added for those garments, the garment bag that we added for those items are here. If you click on it, you could see, you can see here the images associated with that garment bag. And again, if I were to scan these into a vault, that location would be shown here. So on the estimate tab, if you go to the cleaning section, or if you're doing it by room, you will see the main difference is that for wash, dry, fold items, instead of having a line item for every picture you took on, like you would on the inventory. So in the inventory, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 line items. Here, you aggregate. So we aggregated per room. So in this case, you have 2 line items because you have a bulk in one room and another one in a different room. If you go to the room view, you would see that the master bedroom has this bulk associated with it, and the other bedroom has the other line item associated with it. Otherwise, we do it per room, as that's typically how you would charge for that line item. And then in terms of the other textiles you're cleaning, they will show up here like they would for any other item. So you have, in this case, we had the sweater we had the turtleneck, you have that sweater, we scanned 3 times, so you have 3 of the wool sweater and 1 of the other one. And again, as you take more pictures and inventory additional items in a single textile mode, they will show up here. So those are the main differences between textile mode and regular hard contents inventories. The reports will look the same and everything else will be the same. You will have the wash, dry, fold line items with the quantity being their weight. They will also show up here in custody for the single items. Even if you don't have a QR code, we generate a label for it here just for you to keep track of it. But then when you actually pack them back, we also generate a label that is associated with that item, like I showed you here, and you will see the pictures that you took for that item. And then lastly, on the estimate, you have all those codes, and CV and the wash, dry, fold code is aggregated per room, the total weight for that room.